Last attempt! Okay. Hi. So, guess what, guys? Guess what? We can blame Mr. Tarantula Kat. We can. Because he was upstairs playing video games. So, yeah, we are canceling. Cancel Mr. Tarantula Kat. Cancel Mr. Tarantula Kat, everyone. And Reptiliatus, Dion. Mr. Tarantula Kat is playing video games with Reptiliatus upstairs after I asked them not to because I wanted to stream. Oh, there he is. Oh, hi, Dion. Oh, I'm so mad because I told both of you guys last week, I said Monday night, no streaming, no video games at 10 p.m. This is my third attempt. And now I'm publicly scolding both of you. Thank you, Rachel. I'm glad you like that shirt. Okay, ads are off. Mr. Tarantula Kat is off of his game. If this doesn't work, then I don't know what the problem is. Yeah. Boo! Throw tomatoes at Reptiliatus. Tomato emojis. Cancel Mr. Tarantula Kat. Okay, I'm glad. Yes, tomato emojis, please. Diane, I want you to see this because this is for you. Yep. I need more tomatoes. Tomato emoji, please. I don't know if that Eric is my Eric or another Eric. Okay, good. More tomatoes. Tomatoes. That's for you, Dion, and Mr. Tarantula Kat. Those tomatoes are for you. Thank you for freezing my stream twice. Shame on you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you having my back and coming back to the stream for the third time. Is that okay? I don't know if that's my Eric or another Eric, but regardless, okay. Anyway, I don't even remember what we were talking about. um Oh, that is my Eric? Okay. Mods, feel free to time out Eric and Dion if they misbehave. They're already on very thin ice. Dr. Pepper, that's what we were talking about. Okay, Mr. Tarantula Kat, can you please come bring me a Dr. Pepper and also put these in the fridge for me so I can feed some velvet spiders? Please, since, you're not playing games right now. Come on. Please. Yes. More tomatoes. I'm not, what reptile will I never get? I don't know. I probably something big. Too big. Probably not a tegu. No, I have a Dr. Pepper in the freezer. I would like that one. Oh no, here's Richard. Bring back the tomatoes, everybody. Bring back the tomatoes. Come on, get Richard out of here. Throw tomatoes at Richard. Can you bring the mango cart too, please? There's another Eric in here. See these tomatoes, Richard? Those are for you. Nope. Dion, you want more tomatoes too? This better. I really hope that our internet doesn't poop out again because then I have no one to blame. So I'm looking. If it can't handle, devices. I don't know. Yeah, so we have the T-Mobile internet, which it's like very debatable. I know people feel a way about it, but it's worked great. So it's tripping up. People are saying it's tripping up. Is it really? It's laggy? No.
It's not my fault.
Maybe we do need to get like...
It's not my fault.
Oh no. Can you guys see me? Oh, it's okay now?
It's not my fault.
It's not working great?
Tomatoes for Kat.
No!
Blame me.
No. No. Because if it's struggling with us right now, just imagine how it is when you're upstairs playing your game.
Oh, it's probably terrible. I don't doubt it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just didn't think me playing with Dion by itself would have been the worst thing.
I specifically told you guys last week.
We're bringing democracy to the universe.
Oh, it is. Dion said it's working fine. Well, he texts me. So. Okay, he's not seeing glitching. I wonder if one day I can add Dion or someone to the stream, or if I have to get the StreamYard or whatever.
Like
Jen, thank you for watching the chat, but don't feel like you have to like really mod it that hard. Richard, really?
What is that?
He's yawning. Do you want more tomatoes?
No, that's just old man stuff right there.
Yeah, he is getting old.
Pop that Geritol, you'll feel 60 years fresher.
Eric. Do you want to get a snake out for them?
Which snake?
Any snake, whichever one you think will deal with it. Daisy's out right now. You could probably grab Daisy. She's an easy target. Yeah, Richard's had a rough week. So.
Oh, I know. You're like, oh, what? I was sleeping.
Now everybody's calling Richard old. Poor Richard. Hi,
She's
Daisy.
like, I was sleeping.
She's so good. She was sunbathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's Miss Daisy. She's gonna get tangled in the wire though. I didn't think about that. There she is. How long have we had her now?
As long as we've been keeping snakes.
Yeah. Don't S up at me. S up at him. Oh.
She don't know where she's going.
Yeah, she hasn't quite figured out where we're navigating right now. We got her when she was a baby. Like, I want to say
Was it like 2017?
6. I think 6 years ago. Oh my goodness, I lost track of the chat. I'm sorry. But yeah, we've had her, I think, 6 years.
2017, 2018, sometime around there.
Yeah. I was playing with my friends. What is Jen's snake, Dre? Is he a he's some kind of boa.
He's a Colombian boa.
Colombian boa. I was playing with my friends Colombian boa all day on Sunday. It was a lot of fun. You got me obsessed with spiders. That's awesome. Apology gift for Mr. Tarantula Kat and I ruining your Monday stream. Thank you, Dion. I appreciate that.
Thanks, bud.
Hopefully that doesn't get tariffed. I see that's Canadian money, so. Oh God. No, I need to not say that because last week that's when my stream started freezing up and everybody said I was being censored by YouTube, so I can't say that. If it freezes up again though, we know who to blame. The Canadian.
Not the Canadian, it's
just Dion. Oh my.
Yes, I'm down here, Tootie.
Are they barking at you?
Well, Tootie comes down here growling.
We have 3 ball pythons right now because I have Eden. Oh my God! Don't let the dogs in here.
Oh, I'm not going to, but they're gonna bark nonstop. Go be productive then.
And they had treats today.
It's not enough.
Richard, how dare you? He said, "Don't forget to hit the thumbs down." Thank you for the $2 though. I need it. That's like a wrap for this girl.
You should say it again. What'd you say, Richard? Say it again.
Don't. I don't know if people can you guys hear Mr. Tarantula Kat because I have my I'm using the mic. So how can you hear him good? Oh, you can. Okay. Barely. Okay. Yeah. You stay quiet back there. Here you go. No, you thank you.
How are you?
I was telling them on the other stream, like 2 streams ago, that we're gonna be modding the tanks for the new snakes and zip tying these on to the top. Good night, Dion. We're gonna zip tie them and that way, because I didn't know like what kind of glue to use or what adhesive would work. So somebody suggested zip ties. I think this will be work. Like this will work. Oh,
Trust me, it'll work.
we'll get to it. I think tomorrow I'm gonna film something. I don't know what yet. I have these, but I don't really have that many hungry animals right now because we just did a feeding video. So I don't
I
know.
got the other day.
Yeah,
Them things are fat.
I know they do grow really fast. These were teeny tiny like 2 days ago. I have snake racks, but I have like 16 ball pythons. Dang. My first hermit crab, right on.
Go play with clay.
Okay. Good night. I won't be on here too late. Tell Fiona to go to bed because she's texting me, and I already tucked her in. So, well, she's texting me. She shouldn't be awake still. I would love to come down to Texas sometime. Welcome back. I'm sorry it's taken us so many tries. I think we figured out the problem though. I thought my directions were clear, but I guess not. Uh, Eric was upstairs playing video games with Dion, but he's off now. So, oh my gosh, 40 ball pythons, that's a lot. Do you breed them or are they all just pets? My boyfriend accidentally knocked over my jumper enclosure today. Do I dump him? It's I'm gonna say no because I've knocked over enclosures before too, but usually just like vials and that, usually it's like a velvet spider vial or something and they're fine, but that could have been bad. That could have been bad. I love hermits so much. I have 3 and they get along great. That's awesome. I have so I started off with 3. It was 2 really big ones and then the medium-sized one, which I did update this on Instagram a while ago, but it was just like a quick little reel, but one of the 2 big ones did end up dying like shortly after. So I did end up taking in 3 smaller ones. So I have 3 really small ones, a medium one, and 1 really big one. However, I don't know, like they all just kind of disappear and then sometimes I'll catch them all out, or it's just yeah, it's hard to keep track of them in there because they just kind of disappear. How do you deal with friends and family that don't understand the hobby and are blinded by fear? Um I don't know, like, in anymore because I don't really deal with it too much because like, I've been doing it for so long that it just is what it is, but, I don't know, like, my mom never, like, hated spiders, so, like, when I got into it, she was just kinda like, "Oh, that's pretty," or whatever, and, like, now she will catch me spiders that she finds. She's caught me multiple jumping spiders in her house and given them to me. So, yeah, but she does not like snakes, so, but she doesn't, like, say anything bad about them. She just doesn't really want anything to do with them, so I just, like, don't torture her with them and we're all good. Scorpion babies are good. A lot of people ask me very often, how are the scorpion babies and how is Bowser? Those are like the top 2 things that I get asked about, and both are good. And if anything ever happened, I would update. So yeah, we still have. I mean, I did give 1 scorpion baby away, and I lost 1 did pass away, but like the majority of them are great. Um, sorry if I'm missing any chats because like it's hard to read from here, and then like the chat won't move, and then suddenly it'll move really fast for me, so I don't know. I think I have enough mods for right now, but, if I need any more my velvet spiders are good. I'm actually going to feed them. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on camera or not, but the flies are chilling. Do you have any dwarf old worlds? Um, I don't think so. I don't think I do. Just adopted an NNC and she's beautiful. That's awesome. Is it the gold one or the green one? I was actually just talking a while ago. So back in the day when I started really getting into tarantulas, um, a lot of people were keeping NNC communally and it like never worked and people would like continue to try all the time. It would never ever 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 work. And then people would say, "Oh, the gold, you got to they have to all be the gold ones or oh, they have to all be the olive ones to work." And it still would not work. Finally, I don't think people are doing it anymore. But it like so many people were adamant back like 4, 5, 6 years ago on keeping them together and it was like, "Why would you do that?" Because it just nobody had any good luck with it. I mean, maybe there's this one random person who it successfully worked and then now everybody was like, "I'm gonna try it too," but yeah, it just did not work. Um, I adopted a Kenyan sand boa last week, and that's awesome. They're very similar to rosy boas. I have 3 rosy boas, but no Kenyan sand boas. Hello, Kat. It's a very trying morning in Northern Ireland for me, but can't sleep due to insomnia. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I hate that. I wake up a lot throughout the night, and sometimes I'll just like turn on a YouTube video and fall back asleep. Yeah, I have a lot of poecilotheria. Not a lot, but a lot more than I used to. And I'm very open to getting more. Very open to getting more. Rango's doing great. I could probably grab him out. I will say though, he has been like bitey lately for some reason. I don't know why. So Pokemon Legends, isn't that the one where there's like a lot going on and I don't think I played that one. Oh, thank you. Dark Den is one of my favorites too. I haven't talked to Petco in a while, but yeah, he's originally the channel that I was like watching religiously every new video when I first got into the hobby. Bob Ross YouTube videos are my go-to to sleep. That's awesome. I don't really have like a go-to. It's usually just whatever. Actually, that's a lie. Lots of police interviews or like true crime interviews. But not the I need, like have you guys ever heard of the channel Explore With Us? Because, like, that is, like, my favorite one to watch. It's pretty good. There's a couple I watch like that. My crusty is bitey every spring and early summer. I think it's hormonal from the light changes. Is that Oh, that's a good theory. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, like I've had him 10 years and suddenly the past like couple months, every time I reach in there, he just bites me and it doesn't hurt or anything, but it's just like, why are you biting me, bro? Like never been a biter. Now he bites me like almost every time I reach in there to pick him up. I was surprised when I filmed that video rehousing him, he didn't bite me. He could be hormonal. Can't say the word. Hormonal. I watch you and Tarantula Collective every morning. That's awesome. Well, half awesome. The other half, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I bully Richard. To be honest, Richard is very good homie. My mossy frogs are good. Actually, my friend made me very paranoid because she told me that the other mossy frogs came down with a bacterial infection. She asked me how my mossy frogs are doing because they were in the same container. And I was like, "Oh, they're doing great." And then she made me all paranoid, but that was like months ago and they're still doing really well. So, and they've grown a lot. So, I think we're in the clear. But yeah, she made me real nervous for a minute there. Hey Nathan, I'm glad that you're catching alive. I'm curious though. I think I started asking this in a previous stream before I got kicked off, but I'm kind of curious where everybody is and like your time zones and stuff just because like I want to know primarily like who will be tuning into the live when it's live. I'm just curious. It doesn't really make any difference, but I'm just kind of I like analytics. Maryland. I don't know if a lot I guess probably primarily a lot of USA people will still be awake. I know like California is like 2 or 3 hours behind me, so it's not even that late for them. UK, 4 a.m. Yeah, so I was thinking people in the UK are probably sleeping. Like everybody over there, it's like really early. So Georgia. So yeah, Georgia's gonna be the latest. New York, all that. Argentina. Oh wow, I'm surprised. It's only 12:49 a.m. So it's not even that much later. Feeding vids are better when there's just a few in my yeah, so overwhelmingly you guys said that you like when I feed just a handful of tarantulas slowly. So I'm going to stick to that like which honestly makes my life easier because filming that whole video feeding all of my tarantulas was way more time consuming and way more difficult to edit, way more footage like it was like way more work for me to film that. So I'm relieved that you guys like the normal format. That honestly makes my life easier. Not to say that I won't still do that. Like I'll probably do that style once in a while to mix it up. Because I know a few people did like it and it's different, but yeah, we'll stick to like feed a few and focus on a few. My favorite type of spider I've ever had, I don't know. I can't pick. I can't pick. More Bowser. Yeah, well, hopefully we will do a pond for him soon. I said previously in the other stream, but the weather kind of has held us up a little. And then also I had to wait for them to like mark my yard to make sure that we weren't like digging any wires up or anything like dangerous. So it's all marked. I know where everything is. We should be good to go and start digging. Creating content is super hard. Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. But I wouldn't for me it's not hard, it's just time consuming and I don't have the best attention span. So if I don't feel like doing something, it's really challenging sometimes to push myself to do it, but I do push myself to do it. The newest spider I have. Probably I'll show you I'll show you. It's nothing that exciting, but why not? If I can find him. Oh, I see him. Okay. All right. So, not going to be the best shot ever, but let me see how this lighting will go. Oh, it's hard to show you guys. Well, he's in the web hammock right here. Not much really to show since he's hiding, but he is a Phidippus adox that my mom found in her yard, or no, in her basement. I'm sorry, and it's a boy, and I have a girl, so I'm probably going to breed them. She sent me a picture. I was like, oh, sweet. Like I could definitely use a guy. So yeah. I just got a Gramastola rosea sling. Wish me luck. Good luck. You'll do fine though with one of those for sure. Good night. Thank you so much, Emily. I actually made this enclosure a while ago, but it was an extra. I ended up not needing to use all of them. So I just had it sitting here empty for months and months, and then finally, oh, he's out. He's out. Um, there he is. See him? There he is. He's so little. Yeah, there he is. He's just a little guy. I thought he was in his web hammock. But yeah, I had it sitting there for this enclosure sitting there for months, just completely empty. And then my mom, she caught him and gave him to me, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's perfect." And I had that enclosure right there. So that's why I didn't film any content because I had already made the enclosure like a long time ago, and then my mom just gave it to me. It's not like there was an unboxing or anything. So I feed, it really depends. Honestly, I think feeding flies is probably the best thing for jumping spiders. I know a lot of people uh, think those are the best and they work the best. I do primarily crickets though, and I haven't had any issues. But um, I did not name him. My mom named him Dexter though, so I guess his name's Dexter. And he is for my female I found last year, actually. Right before it got cold, I found a female, a dachs. Um, how old am I? I just turned 33. So I am an elder emo. What would you suggest? Sorry, like I said, hard to see from here. Would you suggest velvet spiders to a relative beginner? Yes. A velvet spider is one of the easiest spiders you can keep. Just keep them dry. um, any expos I'm attending soon? I don't have any planned right now, but I'll definitely be doing NARBC in St. Louis. I've never tried feeding a thawed chick to my tea blondie, but I totally would. If you get a spider from outside, are they harder to take care of? No. It's the same. The only thing is it can be, I know that it can be more difficult sometimes to get to know if a spider's been living a certain way their whole life. It's sometimes a challenge to see what they prefer. Like, do they like it more damp or do they like it more dry? Because you don't know exactly where in the wild they've been living. Any new tattoos lined up? Nope, too poor for that. Got a house, so there's sacrifices to be made. But I would like to finish my back tattoo at some point. Would you ever would you ever get another ogre face spider or recommend them as pets? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would. They're really fun, the net casting spiders. They're really fun. However, I would try to say if you can find like a younger or a captive bred one, go for that because if you get a wild caught one or an adult, they really tend to not have as much time. Oh, wow, a gravid girl. That's awesome. Thank you for getting the Repticribs for your gargoyle gecko. I hope you like it. I know a lot of people were saying like, "Oh my gosh, it's so expensive." They definitely are expensive. They are very high quality though. So, um like if you want to do like glass or something, that would definitely be more cost effective. But acrylic is kind of expensive, especially like if you go like and if you go online and look at acrylic um fish tanks, like, compare the prices, it's yeah, their acrylic is so much more expensive than glass, but it's not gonna shatter like glass. Like, my my toad's enclosure, half the one side is broken because the dogs at our old apartment, one of the dogs flung their bone and it hit the glass, and I remember hearing a crunch and I was half asleep. I was like, "What was that?" And it's still cracked. I need to rehouse him. Yeah, this is a snake plant. This was my great aunt's actually. She passed unfortunately like so right around the time Brian Barczyk passed from pancreatic cancer, my great aunt also did like a month later from the same thing or maybe it was a couple months later. I think she was like diagnosed shortly and then yeah. But she was 90, she was in her 90s. She was in her mid 90s. So yeah, but this was her plant and so I just repotted it a while ago, and it's doing really good for me. So I'm glad about that. This is also her necklace, this gold one. But yeah, that is from her house. Yeah, very same thing, like as him. So yeah, can we get a dwarf tarantula feeding video, please? I don't know if I have enough for a whole feeding video, but maybe. Let me think on that. Yeah, and Dingo. I didn't really know Dingo. I met him a couple times though. He was very, very nice, but I didn't know Dingo. Um, but yeah, that is very unfortunate. Definitely a rough year for the reptile people last year. Um, yeah. I also have like a pothos. I took a couple cuttings of her pothos plant, so I have some of those as well. I've gotten much better at keeping plants too. Like I got this. I don't know if anybody remembers, but this was quite a lot smaller last year when I got it. Like this was a like it wasn't the smallest aloe vera, but it has freaking grown. It is so big. It's like thriving. This is the popcorn bucket from when the Beetlejuice 2 movie came out. And yeah, it's like, I love this. This is the best I've ever had one of these do. So, I'm kind of I'm starting to think the reason why I had bad luck with a lot of plants was because we just didn't have a lot of light at our old apartment. So, yeah. Um, I am going I'm gonna grab the flies out of the fridge and we can try to feed the velvet spiders really quick. Is that okay? I'm telling you, it's not gonna be the best shots because I can't really show you guys um, very well. It would be one thing. I wish I could switch between views. I don't know how to do that though. I'm not that fancy. But this is a learning experience, so maybe maybe in time we'll figure all of this out. I'm really hoping to because like I said, I want this to be a weekly thing. I want this to be something where people if they have um questions about their spiders, they can save them for Monday night and come ask. So they just don't get lost in my DMs, stuff like that. So anyway, I'm gonna go grab the flies and we will try feeding them. Just give me 1 minute, please. They're all gonna try to get in my drink. Oh, brother. Oh, they're still moving. They should be sleeping, but they're still moving. This is gonna stink, you guys, because look, they should be like all sleeping, but they're some of them are still moving. So great, love that. I need like a something to. That'll work. Okay, let's do this. Okay, hold on. I gotta move fast. When I do this, I move so fast. So I usually knock any on the lid off. Gotta move fast. And then I usually dump them into like a separate thing just so, oh my gosh, that's okay. So here they are sleeping ish. They're still kind of twitching and moving. So this is when we really move fast. So I'm telling you, I don't even see the velvet spiders half the time when I'm feeding them. I just pop the lid off. Oh man, they're already moving. And if you hear that tapping, it's literally because I'm like tapping them down so that they don't go everywhere, but they literally are already. Gotta keep. Yes, I have the Kuromi chair. It's awesome. Oh my god, they're getting everywhere. See, they've already look at them. They've already woken up. This sucks. This is the worst. This is the worst. Oh no. They're getting everywhere. I'm gonna let these morning geckos out. I just they're yeah. Do you see it? They were not sleeping. Oh my god, they're crawling on me. This is why I put my Dr. Pepper in the other room. Whose idea was this? Definitely not mine. Stop going everywhere. Stop. Please. Oh my god, we still have 3 more to go and they're all over my desk. Stop. Stop. There's like 6 on my hand. Come on. Stop. Bro. I'm sorry, there's no way I can read the chat right now. This is chaos. Okay, I'm just scooping like a bunch off the table into this one. There's one on my oh my god. Whose idea was this? I should not breathe so heavy because I'm gonna inhale one of these things. Okay, hold on. Last velvet. Hold on. I just scooped like a bunch in there. Is that it? No. Oh my god, they're all over. Pick them off the table. See, I need like a catchy in here again or something because these fruit flies are relentless. Oh my gosh. Go. All right. Well, everybody's fed. At least I don't know how much of the chat I missed. I'm sorry. That was awful. And I'm gonna have to put these fruit flies back in. Look, they're already yeah, they should be sleeping. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Yeah, those were the velvets and now just the babies. Just the babies. Yes, your squeeze bottle tip is a great idea. I've been meaning to implement it, but I'm a procrastinator. And also, I think I like to do things the hard way for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, I need to try that. Yeah, 400 jumper slings. I do not miss feeding jumping spiders. I had a whole bunch of babies and I was like, I didn't even keep one. I was like, I can't do this right now. I was going to and I was going to raise them up and stuff. And then it took me like a few weeks. I was like, you know what? No. No. But then here I am. I'm like, oh, I'm going to breed some of ducks. But keep in mind, these are both wild caught. And yeah, chaos makes great content. Yeah, but if you can't see what's going on, it's not as fun. I'll tell you what I am gonna do though. I'm going to put these guys back in the fridge, get them to be chill, and then I have a few slings I gotta feed, and I'm gonna throw a whole bunch in with my morning geckos. It is so much fun to watch my morning geckos eat these things. I wish they were easier to catch on camera, but they are so fun. Jumping spiders can be difficult to feed sometimes. I bred Hylas diardry, sorry, I can't speak, before, so cute, but a hassle for sure. Yeah. At least the Hylas are bigger babies though. They're quite big. Um, yeah. My culture is full of the larvae now, so I don't dump the fruit flies in with the little larvae coming out. Will the spiders eat them too? I don't know. I've always wondered that. Because sometimes the little larvae get in the vial too. And I just assumed that either the spider eats it or it just, I don't know. Yeah. On Sarah, her Instagram is spooky sweet spoods. Same as that. And she has like lots of interesting, good stuff. Go check her out there. And yeah, I definitely need to do the little squeeze bottle. Oh, you've seen them eat the cocoons? Like jumping spiders eat them? Like these things that like bees, like the stuff that's the larvae or whatever sticks to the side. They eat these? Really? Well, I guess it's good that I dump them in there sometimes. It's just too chaotic to like not. Okay, cool. Awesome. Good to know. Thank you so much. I learned something new. Are these maggots? I don't know what this is. So, like, yeah, I don't even know what these are. I know that they turn into the fly, but are these the maggots or are they just like what are they? Anybody know? I don't know. G pulchras are great beginners. Oh, so is it the larvae or the maggot? Or is that this so it's the same thing? Hmm. Oh, well, good to know. Yeah. It's chaotic, so they just get dumped in there. Hmm. Well, good to know. I'll hang out for a little bit longer. It's 11. So I was gonna like try to make these about an hour and a half long. So we started at 10. So I'll probably jump off around 11:30, which is in a little bit over 20 minutes. So we can hang out for a while, but um yeah, I'd like to figure out how to possibly switch camera angles because like I feel like it's possible to switch it to my phone so that I can actually get a view. All maggots are larvae, not all larvae are maggots, I think. Yeah, I don't know much about other bugs to be honest. So, I don't know. I don't have any egg sac care videos. I know Jen's peculiar she has some babies like in their egg sac still right now on her channel. Tom and Angel are amazing. I just sent them a plushie. And if you do shop with One Love Tarantulas, we did just work it out. If you use my code CAT10, it is an affiliate code now. It used to just be like a discount code. But now if you use it, it does actually um, give me an affiliate to whatever you're buying. So like you save a little bit of money and then a little bit comes back to my channel. So yeah, I'm actually working on a graphic right now to show what businesses I do affiliate with, and One Love Tarantulas is one of them, fortunately. And that's awesome because I absolutely love them and they're super good people. And also, they're just like really great about information, captive breeding, all of that. Leopard geckos tend to bite when you pick them up from above. If you can pick them up from the side, they're less likely to bite. Yeah, and that makes sense. I know bearded dragons are the same way too because their main predators are birds. So, hi, Sadie's. Thank you so much. I think it's hilarious to drive to NARBC in St. Louis from Texas. Takes less time to drive to the bottom of Texas. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, thank you for using the code for your first tarantula crib, and I'm glad you like it. The mini coffins are perfect for widows, false widows, or black widows. But yeah, I really appreciate you using the code. I know it saves you guys money, but it definitely helps out my channel a lot. So thank you. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. That's honestly one of the best and most easy ways to support me or really any creator that has like affiliate is to just like use the code because it not only saves you money but does help them and it adds up. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, especially right now because times are weird. So, but yeah, spiders creep me out, but watching your channel is helping. Um, Yeah, so I actually feel more comfortable around like the bigger tarantula or bigger spiders than slings because I can actually see them like where they're running. Um I feel like with a sling, they can be so bolty and small and you can lose them so fast. That actually makes me more nervous than like a yeah. um Thank you, Christina. My code does not work for Arachnospace in the UK right now. I don't think he's doing the codes right now. I think that he's maybe running a different sale. I'm not sure, to be honest. Um, no. Okay, so Makeship did put out an update a couple days ago because I asked my rep about everything. The main concern I have is like the de minimis going away, which is like anything $800 or less is exempt from like taxes, duties, and all of that. But they're getting rid of that. So Makeship put out a statement saying that they are working to figure it all out basically, and they said that they're going to be trying to like eat as much of the cost as they can. So I don't know like what it's going to look like, but to be honest, I don't think anybody knows what anything's going to look like right now because things change every freaking day. So it's really hard to like make a plan when like you don't like the plan, it just keeps changing. So I don't know, but yeah. And I'll update on Instagram and stuff, but Makeship did put out like a something. Yeah, it is good to treat all the tarantulas the same, like no matter their venom or whatever, like, if you put your guard down and you're working with something that you don't expect to like give you issues, that's when they're going to give you issues. Streamlabs, yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. Is it StreamYard or Streamlab or is that two different things? Cuz I would like to do like guests occasionally and switch camera angles and stuff. Let me look at it. So, I guess Streamlabs are different. Sadie's, that is so common with avicularia from PetSmart. They're usually like older and wild caught, so like they're already really dicey at that point. Um, so don't feel like discouraged because it's definitely nothing you did. Like that is just a very common thing. And I think I almost suspect that people have issues with avicularia because a lot of the time they're getting them older and wild caught. So then it's just like it's not your fault. Try again. Don't let it discourage you. Maybe try to get a juvenile also. Like a juvenile is usually a good size for most species. They're more hardy, but they're still young. I know how excited you were to get your tarantula room. I was the same way when a room opened up at my house. I have signs on my front door that says, "Welcome to our home. Hope you like tarantulas." LOL. That's funny. Yeah, this is like it's funny because this is like my room. Like I'll always be like, "Oh, I'll be in my room," or "I'm in my room." And then it's nice because Eric has like upstairs and yeah. Is that my Eric or a different Eric saying I use Streamlabs cat? I wonder if he's listening to us because he went upstairs to play with Clay. I call it my office. Yeah, when we got the house, this was like I think the most logical to put the animals, but I almost debated it because of how the room it just seemed I was like, is it gonna be big enough? But it is. It's definitely big enough. And actually like it works out perfect because the lighting's perfect. It's a straight shot. I like how in the camera angle you just see straight back. Any tips for a newbie going to a reptile expo? Anything to look out for? I would say, and this is very controversial because it's not like a blanket thing. Might be a hot take. Okay, this might be a hot take. Don't cancel me. If you see people selling tarantulas and they primarily have a bunch of reptiles and they're like selling just a ton of reptiles and cups, and then they have like 5 to 10 random big adult tarantulas, I would say keep looking. Um, because it's probably better to find somebody who is keeping, breeding, like specializing in tarantulas, if that makes sense. And a lot of times it seems like those people who primarily have reptiles and then they just have a few tarantulas on their table, they're like older wild caught adults that have been flipped and shipped all over. And yeah, so that's just my hot take. Not to say that like it's a bad thing or they're bad people or whatever. This is just like a total general thing. Yeah, just be smart about it. Thank you, Mr. Spriggan? Spriggan? Is that how you say it? Thank you, Hannah. Sweet unicorn. I appreciate that. Yes, dude, jumpers do love cars. I found so many jumping spiders on my car. Yeah. Sarah, you know what I mean? Like when you see like it's like a random seller and sometimes they don't even have like signs and you just know that the spiders are older, wild caught, flipped over and over, flipped, 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 and they've been in that yeah, they've been in that cup for way too long. Just yeah. Yeah, ask for the real name of the tarantula, like the scientific name too. That's always good. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate you. Just wanted to thank you for being you. I totally misunderstood and was scared of spiders before I started watching you, and now I have more of an understanding and less of a fear. Thank you so much, Bones. I really appreciate that. And honestly, I hear that every day, but I never get sick of it. I literally never get sick of it. So thank you. Flipped means basically they see somebody selling an animal, they buy it for a lower cost, and then they hike up the price, and it just keeps getting like flipped around per vendor. I don't know how to explain it. Thank you, thank you, Becca. That's funny. Thank you so much, Tales and Making. Also, I appreciate you. I saw a jumping spider on my door and wanted to try and catch it and give it a little apartment, but I couldn't find my catch cup. Always carry a catch cup, or I usually have a little vial in my purse. Carry one of these around. Jumping spiders are like cats. When you want to find a jumping spider, they hide very well. Yeah, that's very true. Purse vials, yes. I also like usually will have, especially for my toad rescues in the summer, when they're like drowning in the pool. I usually have like a critter keeper in my trunk as well, just in case I find a toad or a frog that's on the brink of death that's been in the pool a long time and they got chlorine poisoning or something like that. Thank you so much for the super chat, Mr. Spriggan. I appreciate that. During the summer, we have a lot of jumping spiders here. Right on. Flip means someone is wholesaling from someone, which isn't bad usually, but it's when they are purchased from someone selling a ton of wild caught for cheap and then they flip them for a higher. Thank you, Sarah. See, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, J Ramp 76. I appreciate it. um So honestly, the little vials, I get them from just unboxings, but Michaels sells these like packs of them in different sizes. Thank you, Moon Prism. I appreciate it. And that is that my cat Astrid? Looks like my kitty. Getting a new tarantula in a few weeks at the next Expo. First arboreal. That's awesome. Good luck, Becca. Probably what are you looking for? Probably like an avicularia or a carabina versicolor, maybe? I had a vial and caught in a docks and zebra jumper on the brick of the house, found out the crack. Okay, so the first no, the second jumper that I kept was a zebra jumper. They're so common. They're like everywhere. And I think they're like invasive, but it doesn't at this point they're just like a normal species everybody has everywhere. But yeah, I've kept them. They're cool. Oh my god, I thought it was an ant. It's just a fruit fly. I don't like ants. I don't like ants at all. Last year, an ant randomly crawled on me and stung me. It hurt so bad. It was swollen for like days. I do not like ants, and it was like one of the it was a little black ant too. So if you think just the fire ants sting, no, the little black ones do too, and it hurts. Yeah, today I there was a wasp upstairs. I don't know how it got up there, but there was a wasp up there. We caught it. We moved it outside. I was less scared of that thing than an ant crawling on me. I do not like ants. They sting and they're ouchy. If you hate ants, then you should check out the 1950s classic, Them. I will. I will. I'll write that down right now. I do and it's not that I don't hate anything, but like yeah. Um we have had ants at our old apartment. They would just infiltrate. This house has ants. They come in the bathroom. I'll be like laying in the bathtub and then suddenly there's like 20 ants crawling in from the window. I do not like ants. Thank you, Jen. I'm the sweetest. Meanwhile, I'm like ranting about how I don't like ants. But if you had a bunch of ants while you're trying to relax in the bathtub, you would understand that they're not fun. I love watching your videos. I have been watching for a while. I now absolutely love arachnids and eventually got myself a Gramstole pulchra. And that's awesome. Gramstole pulchras are the best. Saved an ant from drowning and he had the audacity to sting bite me. Literally. Yeah. The other day, Fiona and I, we were in the backyard and she was like laying on the black part, like the black top part. And she's like, "Where are the ants?" I was like, "They're all in our bathroom. They're in our bathroom. That's where they're not here. They're in our freaking bathroom." Poor Ants Canada. I know. Don't tell him. Shh. Don't tell him. Cool ants, bro. I learned from an exterminator that ants will stay anywhere there is water and something for them to eat. They can't hold water for long, so they have to live near it. Well, that makes sense why they love my bathroom. That makes sense. Wasps do have wings, yeah. I mean, I don't love either one of them. I will respect them. But as soon as an ant gets on me, I'm not happy. I think like I'm like slightly allergic to bees, like not dramatically, but definitely have a reaction, need Benadryl, and I think that's why I react so poorly to ants stinging me. That's just my theory though. Thank you, Hannah and Becca, for money for the back tat. I appreciate you. I also really don't like the idea of sitting through it getting colored in because my back tattoo hurt the most out of like anything. And I think it's just because of the surface area. Like it was like we did the entire outline in one sitting and um I sat through it. Then I started feeling really sick and I found out I had flu A. It just like hit me like out of nowhere that night. So yeah, that might be why it also hurt so bad. The ants you see are all female. That's very interesting. The thing with ants is they are very, very, very interesting, but they're a menace. They want to eat my spiders. They want to sting me. um, at our old apartment, we had ant problems so bad, and there was like all these rocks out in the front, and I would flip them sometimes, and there would be, oh my god, so many ants, so many, and they would immediately start grabbing their eggs and like hiding them and like very interesting, crazy tunnel system. I enjoyed looking at them outside, but I do not like them inside. No. I've never been bitten by a tarantula. Do I still have the ants? Yes. It's calmed down a lot, but I still find a straggler here and there in the bathroom, and I don't know what to do because it's not like there's food in the bathroom. There's nothing for them to eat in the bathroom. Why do you like my bathroom? Like I don't know what it is. I don't even when I take a bath, I don't even bring a soda or tea or anything in there with me because then they're all gonna come out. So I literally will only drink water in the bathroom now, and they still they still come in. I've never been bitten by any spider. I do think that I got possibly bitten by a brown recluse. Maybe like I think it was like last year or so. It wasn't anything bad, but, like, there was one night at our old apartment, we had brown recluse in our bathroom, like, that would show up sometimes, and there was one night where I was, like, getting ready to I was actually getting in the bath, and so I took off my sweatpants and everything, and I put them on my sink, and I saw a brown recluse, like, dash like, earlier that day, I saw a brown recluse, like, dash under the sink, and I was just like, "Whatever," like, I'm not crawling on my hands and knees to get it, whatever. So I didn't do anything about it. But then later on, when I went to take my bath, I threw my sweatpants on the sink and I take my bath, I get out, put it on my pants, and I didn't think anything of it. But then, like, shortly after, I felt like a pinprick, like, and I remembered not like thinking much. I just kind of was like, ow, like, what was that? And I just kind of like did this or something. And then like the next day or so, I noticed I had this like it was like some kind of like welt and it was like a bite. But it didn't really do anything. It just itched and then it went away after a few days. So was it the brown recluse I saw earlier that day? I'm not really sure, but that's my only possible spider bite and I cannot confirm it. I didn't see a dead brown recluse or anything like that. So just a theory. I got my first jumper to get over my fear of spiders. Now I have 10 and I'm about to get my first tarantula, a carabiner versicolor. Thank you so much. And that's an awesome that's like a great gateway tarantula from jumping spiders. Yeah, the world may never know. I don't know. Brown recluse are not deadly, no. Um, 10% of bites can be medically significant, but generally no. Like, and that's something when I was talking to Rick Vetter about like the brown recluse, um, he said that he has a theory that people are bit by brown recluse a lot more than we know, but since it's like comparable to like a mosquito bite or something, a lot of times people just don't even realize it because like it's so uncommon for them to be medically significant. They can be, but generally no. Book. Where's the book? Oh, were you talking about my prized possession that's falling out? The book. I have a I have another copy. This is my good copy though. This is the one I did a video about the brown recluse and I showed this book in it. And my other book is all marked up and has like highlights and bookmarks, but this one after I showed that book, this entomologist ended up reaching out to me and he sent me a signed copy and he said, Cat, thanks a lot for spreading the good word. Brown recluse spiders, booga booga, Rick Better. Right there. He liked my video and that I featured his book. And he said that after I talked about his book, people went and bought it. So he thanked me and sent me this. And he also sent me a bunch of vials, which I did use. But yeah, if you're interested in brown recluse, that is definitely the book to read. Lots of good information in there. Ugh. I was bit on my ankle by a brown recluse. It didn't become medically significant. Yeah, it's so hard to say because like so what Rick Richard Vetter, he goes by both, I guess, names. But what he told me and what he talked about in the book was that the the breakthrough of like MRSA and staph infections and that research coming out really helped solidify that a lot of spider bites were actually like staph infection or MRSA, which can happen like by any kind of break in your skin. So any bacteria getting into a break in skin, people will think, "Oh, it's a spider bite," especially if it starts turning nasty and stuff like the stereotypical like brown recluse bite. But a lot of times it's was not caused by a spider at all. Um, yeah. And it's funny too because tarantula cribs, hi Nick, and Hannah hopefully. Tarantula cribs, I used to make a lot of brown recluse content and one of the times he found me or like around the time he found me, I was making a lot of it and he's a doctor. He's an ER doctor. And I was like, "What do you think of like what I say about the brown recluse? Like do you think like my information is like correct like as an ER doctor? Like do you think I'm right?" that a lot are misdiagnosed, and a lot of times it's a staph infection, and the spider's getting blamed for that when it wasn't a brown recluse at all. And he was like, yeah, like I agree with what you said, and that a lot of times though, like people will come in and they'll just already be convinced that they were bit by a spider. So like if they're already convinced, like why argue with them? You're just going to treat them anyway. So but eventually, one day, hopefully, me and Mo from Tarantula Cribs, and maybe Richard or something, we can all do like a brown recluse deep dive, like one day. That'd be great, actually, if we could maybe even get him on a Monday night stream and talk about it. I don't know. No, Stone. I have not heard of that. Did you hear about the St. Louis family back in 2014 who moved into a house which evidently had 4,500 to 6,000 brown recluse? I heard about that true story just recently. I have not heard about that, but I do believe it because brown recluse are prolific breeders. They can breed one time and literally lay egg sac and egg sac and egg sac, like up to like 5 to 7 times. Like they are crazy good at breeding. So that's why you hear about brown recluse infesting places. It can happen, but in Missouri, listen, everybody has brown recluse in their house in Missouri. I'm telling you. I haven't seen one here, but do I have them? Probably. Probably. I mean, but an infestation is totally different than just like having a few in your house. They don't always infest. Okay, Jay. I will try to get something together about and have like I don't know, a medical brown recluse chat or something. Sounds like my friend's house that was infested with scorpions. That's awesome. Oh man, rats are not awesome though. That's the one thing I do not like. I love rodents, but I do not like the idea of a wild rodent like in my house. Nick, Nick, I'm gonna block you. Infested with scorpions would be a great band name. Uh, yeah, Sarah, block him. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. No, no. But yeah, I'm probably going to dip. But I'm glad that we did not get kicked off this time. Third time was the charm. We know now that it was probably Mr. Tarantula Cat and Dion Gaming is what caused the other streams messing up. I turned off monetization. I will turn it back on for the replay, but when we do these streams, I'll just turn off monetization because I don't even know why it interrupts anyway. I don't know, but I'll just manually turn it off when we actually do these. And then yeah. So that's the game plan for now. We'll meet back here Monday night at 10 p.m. Central, every Monday 10 p.m. Central, and we're going to call it the Weekly Webcast. I am open to changing that name, but I think that's probably the best option I've thought of so far, or Molt Mondays, but I don't know. So, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you everyone for the questions, the super chats, for talking. If you have any care questions, think about it. Come ask me next week, and I had fun. So, thank you guys. See ya.